It's never been more over for Kanye West. Never been more over. I'm gonna have to blur with this out, but saying what he said about Beyonce and Jay-Z kids, never been more over. Never been. Now, I seen somebody said that he's been relegated to Azalea Banks now, and that's a sad circumstance, but one that has been a slippery slope and really a seemingly a slow transition, but it's been very fast. It's been a slow transition. Actually, it's been a very fast and abrupt transition, but it's been building. The progression has been gradual. He's been building and building to this type of dickhead person for a very long time, and it's never been more over. And maybe this was the person that he's been all along, and he's been able to hide behind it because the music there, and he was also being pushed and also had a machine behind him so that he can be in the forefront and be pushed. And some of the bullshit that he's been able to say, he's been able to get away with it because the music was being consumed and digested at such a high clip, and he was hitting on such a high clip. And if it wasn't the music, he was impacting the culture in some way, whether it be fashion, whether it be trend setting, whether it be whatever it was. He was so ingrained in such a large force in black culture and just popular mainstream culture in general that he was able to get away with some of this bullshit. So maybe the antics was able to slide a little bit more, or at least a little bit more palatable. I say all to say that it's never been more over. He's talking about kids. He's talking to people that what does this have to do with anything? Hey, Iggy Azalea, I need to get Onyx vocals on my song. That's my nephew. Oh, and I'm gonna rap about one of your businesses. For what? For what? I know he's been talking about Dot lately after saying, Dot, I got you. Don't worry about it. Dot, I got you. When he was trying to go at Drake and nobody gave a shit, right? So, and all these tweets that have been lining up is that when you have somebody that's attention seeking, the best policy or the best way to combat that is to completely ignore them. And the only reason why I'm not completely ignoring him because I'm going to upload this and at least make some money off it. Like, if I had to see it, so do you. If I had to see this, so do you. I'm just going to skip past. I don't even know if YouTube's going to flag me for saying what he said or just repeating some of the things he said about Beyonce and Jay-Z's kids. And I understand that relationship has been soured for a very long time. And that's something that's probably not going to be repaired. It's the dust is settled. It's over with. And I think that goes for the majority of Kanye West's relationships, that they have suffered irreparable damage due to his mental health and just jealousy, anger. It's a lot of things that are just compiled that has tarnished his legacy, his relationships, and his family. And I think that's something that if he's not fully realized it's something he's got to live with. I think he's come to terms with some of the things that he said because of just, what he had said about Drake and how that relationship is sour due to jealousy. Yeah, I hate to give this the credit, but favorite line of the battle last year is when I said he rapped like he's trying to free the slaves. He does. Jealousy. After listening to Cardi's album, I might say something I never thought I would say. Future's washed. I'm going to keep it light. Like, you just hopped on. Like, you just asked if you can lay your vocals in. And that's probably due to the fact that Future would not allow you to be on the moment that he had, along with Dot, and taking down the nemesis of yours that you've been jealous of for a very long time. I'm going to keep it light with Drake. You know what it is. And it's always been with all those you can skim through bars. Okay. I mean, you like him one minute. You don't like him another minute. I don't personally have an issue with Kendrick. I probably will now, but he was a pawn to take down, aka Drake, because these record labels don't want big artists because the smaller artists are easier to control and replace. I actually kind of like Kendrick's halftime show, but me or Trav, aka Drake, deserve a Super Bowl before Kendrick. Kendrick was the industry puppet. Then they was done with him. I'm not. You never know what X. You may scroll through something that you're not supposed to see and get me banned and whatever. I'm not really trying to scroll too much. But this is the one I was. Not this one. Never mind. I'm trying to figure out the one we was talking about. Basically, to sum it up, he saw the clip that Drake was on. I think it was while he was still on Degrassi, and he was going through the pages of notebooks. He was going through the notebooks, and he was just saying, I got thousands or whatever, how many, I don't know, the quantity or the frequency that he said about having just piles of lyrics. And then Kanye quoted it and said that I wish that jealousy didn't let me get between me and Drake's relationship. He is truly one of the greatest, whatever. He was meat hugging. He was meat riding. The fastest way of transportation sometimes is dick riding in our culture. That is the fastest way of transportation is dick riding. You get on, it just travels the fastest. When you get on X and you dick ride the level that you've been dick riding after hating for so long, it is the fastest way of transportation because it cuts through the fastest. It does. I know a lot of people say this, that Kanye West believes that record labels use Kendrick Lamar to take down Drake, and that's what Drake is alleging in the lawsuit. And UMG is continuously saying, Drake, suck it up. Come on, man. You lost. You lost. You lost. Where is the statement? Where is the statement? Yeah. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist is often, I'm reading this shit like just hilarious, my bad. Instead of accepting the loss like this Fisher Price boof ass set up my broke ass. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist has often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds. UMG is moved to dismiss Drake's lawsuit over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. He's not going to win that lawsuit. Anyways, back to Ye, man. It's never been more over. It's just never been more over. And if I can get past, I know Tyler the Creator unfollowed him, so he has something to say about Tyler the Creator. Can I find it? This has never made a memorable song. He's like if an artist checked every box other than having any good verses on songs, and his last album ripped off my whole language.
But you see the lines on your record.
But you on camera saying this though. You on camera saying this. You can't dick ride and then, I mean, I guess you can. That's very popular in our culture, to dick ride and backtrack. I mean, if Kanye, I think Kanye popularized, what the Wright brothers did for like flying through airplanes and what they did for airborne transportation. I think that's what Kanye West has done for dick riding. As far as a form of transportation, he is like the Wright brothers of dick riding when it comes to transportation. I swear to God.
Work with your hands, like it keeps you earnest. Like you see the lines on your record in my hands right here.
Yeah, when you showed me that, I was just like, oh.
But I'm glad you put that battery in my back, man. When you said that line, man, I was like, but that's one of your jobs in hip hop. I don't think it would have been a Yeezus if it wasn't for you.
Dick riding. And he's done the same about Drake. You know what I mean? And sad, man. It's sad. I have nothing else further to say on this matter. All right? Nothing else further to say on this matter. Yeah, let me know in the comment box what you think down below. Steve Levino's always, I'll be safe. Shwee!